money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me. And I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway. Looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. Money back, money back, money back, woo. Money back, money back, money back. And my with me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids. And they gang, so don't be talking sideways.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Chicago Bears. Now it's Wilson. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All right now. Kings.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hackenberg on 2nd down. Peek's got it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Watch it now, Barney!
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Detroit! Detroit!
Play action now. Hackenberg. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Now the former Notre Damer. This is C.J. Prosise. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Second down, Hackenberg. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. A first carry for Trenton Cannon. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
First down, Hackenberg. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Travis Kelce, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. This crew, they were on a roll going into the bye week that they just had, Charles, so sort of picking up where they left off.
And you and I both know that when you come back off of an open week and you've been winning games, you should get a few extra days off in order to recharge and refuel. But coaches often hedge their bets, too. They'll bring them back and work them really hard that first practice back to make sure that they're back and grounded.
Whatever they did, formula looking good so far in this one. Now it's Wilson. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
They go play action with Roethlisberger. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Melvin Ingram. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Jack 16. AB.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. That's taken on the 25. That one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On 1st and 10, Hackenberg looking deep for Hilton. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Out of the gun, Hackenberg. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. On the handoff, this is Procise. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in. This is Breida. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now a toss play, it's Breida, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, forthcoming.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the 1st down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
And the kick by Rosas is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
What's up? 59, what's up? 59, what's up?
They run it here with Thompson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Defensively, it was Tremont Smith with a tackle.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb, and he'll get this one up to the 26. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
3 down, 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down, 3 down.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have, and that's caught inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Down right around the 25. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
On 2nd down, here's Hackenberg. Trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. The tight end, Kelsey, was the intended target.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After the interception. Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to look deep down the field. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
The Bears on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11.
Snickers, 66.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. And Josh Hill has it. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 18 yards there and a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. 12 more yards there and another first down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to go deep for Beasley. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Cole Beasley, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears draw a bit closer. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Hackenberg again. And he whips that one incomplete there.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The Cardinals on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Play fake. Hackenberg. And he's got his man Hilton. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop. From the gun, Hackenberg. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Coney Ely in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. The Cardinals on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. From the gun, it's Hackenberg. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. They're going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger rolling to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 53. And Hopkins' kick is good. So thanks to the late, and now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. They'll run. This is Cannon. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll toss it to Breida. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
Not your normal call in short yardage, but the toss works very well there. Big people out in front, being physical, and they pick up a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Hackenberg now to throw on first. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Hackenberg on 2nd down. Peek's got it over the middle. There he goes inside the 30 and down to the 27-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. They go play action. Hackenberg. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Lucky 56.
The 2nd down throw for Hackenberg. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And Rosas puts this one through. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Now it's Wilson. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game, a chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Roethlisberger will throw. Spinning away. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Snickers, 66.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Blue 30.
On the ground, it's Thompson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
You got 4. Set. Blue 30. Black, what's that?
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Set. Blue 30. Takes 2 of them.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Hopkins' kick is good. Back now at Soldier Field. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Hackenberg on 1st down. He gets it here to Peak. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Hackenberg now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half, 1st and 10. Now it's Breida. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now Hackenberg. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the ball comes loose, and I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run with Thompson. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here we go.
They go with Chubb on second down. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
And the pursuit that time was absolutely top-notch. He was looking to try and turn upfield somewhere. Kept trying to find a place. Somewhere never showed up.
The Bears on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be intercepted. Aaron Wallace picks it. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Following the interception, here's Hackenberg. To the right side, it's Kelsey. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tashawn Gibson there on the tackle. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Out of the gun, Hackenberg. And he fires one, but incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Roethlisberger. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Melvin Ingram in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
They'll look to throw. And he locates Josh Hill, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Let's go.
And that'll set him back 5. Successive penalties have them looking now at a 1st and 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. He'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
The Bears on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Throwing now is Roethlisberger. And that's caught by Beasley. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. Here's Roethlisberger. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hill. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Very much in range for a tying field goal as they hurry to the line. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Chris Thompson with 7 seconds remaining. And the Bears have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. Hopkins with the extra point, and it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that, but also you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat-and-mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Chicago,